Hello everyone! This week we shall discuss what's going on with Blue Origin New Shepard, some updates on Artemis II, Starbase developments, this week launches and many more.
On the 30th of September, UTC, SpaceX sent a Falcon 9 Block 5 in circular low Earth orbit, 530 km high, with 22 Starlink V2 Mini satellite called Group 619 from its Space Launch Complex 40 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida. The booster successfully landed for its 10th time on the drone ship, a shortfall of Gravitas. On the 5th of October, SpaceX launched a Falcon 9 with 22 Starlink V2 Mini Group 621 through circular low Earth orbit at 530 km altitude from its Space Launch Complex 40 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida. Now, the booster successfully landed on its 8th time on the drone ship. Just read the instructions. On the 5th of October, China Aerospace Science and Technology Corporation launched a Long March 2D to circular low Earth orbit with another Yaogan 39 with its Group 3 mission out of its Xixiang Satellite Launch Center in China. On the 6th of October, Virgin Galactic conducted another suborbital flight of its Spaceship 2 Galactic Mission 4, also referred to as VSS Unity 28th mission, with 3 astronauts on board out of this Spaceport America in New Mexico. The 3 paying guests were astronaut number 17 Ron Rosano from the USA, astronaut 18 Trevor Beetle from the United Kingdom, and astronaut 19 Namira Salim from Pakistan, making the first person to fly to space from that country. On that same day, United Launch Alliance sent an Atlas V501 rocket from its Launch Complex 41 in Cape Canaveral, Florida. The payload was the first prototype communication satellite for the Project Kuiper constellation. For the recent viewers, Project Kuiper is an initiative from Amazon with a planned satellite internet constellation of over 3,200 satellites, which will operate in low Earth orbit. The Project Kuiper's mission is to bring fast, affordable broadband to unserved and underserved communities around the world, according to Amazon. A year ago, on September the 12th, 2022, Blue Origin's New Shepard suborbital rocket crashed into the desert, having suffered an anomaly. The capsule escape system worked as intended, jettisoning a payload of scientific experiments away from the rocket for a parachute-assisted landing. Now, Blue Origin has then submitted a mishap investigation report of its New Shepard flight NS-23 back in March 2023 or thereabout. Now, the direct cause of the NS-23 mishap was a thermostructural failure of the engine nozzle. The resulting thrust misalignment properly triggered the crew capsule escape system, which functioned as designed throughout the flight. The crew capsule and all payloads on board landed safely and will be flown again. It's being said that potentially in sometime in October 2023. Now, the FAA has this week closed the Blue Origin New Shepard NS-23 mishap investigation and has provided Blue Origin with 21 corrective actions to complete before issuing a launch license modification. At Starbase, the Star Factory, is progressing well with roofs and walls completed on a large section of the factory. You can also see a 5-ring toll inside, and that gives you the size of the factory. For some reason, Starbase received this week a prototype from Tesla, the Cybertruck, as a publicity stunt. Then Starship 29 has been going through a couple of cryo tests. Elon Musk has provided an update on the Starship program at the International Astronautical Congress on the 5th of October. And the main takeaways of his speech was that he's hopeful SpaceX will launch Starlink satellites using Starship in 2024, along with attempting to catch the Super Heavy booster and spacecraft with the launch tower's mechanical arm, thanks to SpaceX's experience with Falcon 9 landing and Starship Hopper hovering demonstrated capabilities. He also gives a 3 to 4 years estimate for a Starship landing on Mars. He confirmed that the weight to thrust ratio is around 1.3 to 1.4. Additionally, he emphasized that in the future, the Starship will contain more fuel to take more of the ascent today carried out by the booster. Rocket Lab has tested the second stage of his Neutron rocket with pressurized liquid nitrogen until destruction. We do not know if the test was conclusive, but Rocket Lab issued a statement. As part of the structural testing, we push our tank to maximum expected operating pressure and far beyond. It's always fun to round out an intensive test campaign with a bang. Armed with a wealth of data from this campaign, the next Neutron Stage 2 tank is progressing at pace. This week, NASA provided pictures showing the progress made on Artemis II, with 4 RS-25 Rocketdyne engines were installed on the lower part of its core booster. Now, 2 of them on the top were reused from the Space Shuttle missions with small improvements, and the 2 others below were built from various different existing parts left over from the Space Shuttle spare parts. Now, all 4 engines of that Artemis II have at least one component that flew on board Space Shuttle Columbia during STS-1, the first shuttle mission. Now, 2 engines, number 2047 and 2059, flew 20 Space Shuttle missions as well. We could also see the side boosters being shipped to Florida by train. These side boosters come in 10 separate parts in total, without the solid fuel, of course. Now, NASA expects to launch this rocket by November 2024, the earliest. So, NASA will then have, through Perseverance, the ability to take some samples, or has already taken some samples, drilled, put into this tube, as you see on the screen. This tube is then offloaded onto that particular mothership, if you like, which was built by ESA. And then inside that you have that particular rocket, a 2-stage rocket, which will then be shooting off around the Mars orbit, which will then, the second stage will then be picked up by another ship, which will be heading to Earth, and then the payload, those samples will be then catapulted to Earth, a bit like OSIRIS-REx Bennu sample return. This week, ESA has made some progress regarding the rover that will pick up the samples that was made by Perseverance, and you see an example of sample pickup being simulated. In the last week or so, JPL or NASA has actually shown a 60th flight of the helicopter Ingenuity, and with the record which was broken is the height, and this helicopter has been going up to 20 meters and also achieving 340 meter distance in one day. Now, it doesn't sound very big for many of the listeners, but actually this is a mammoth achievement It's an autonomous little machine, sometimes operated by the team on Earth, and believe me, it's quite an achievement. So well done for that little device. And let's bear in mind that this helicopter should have only flown 5 times. That was the plan, and we are on mission 60. So well done. Let's stay on Mars for this week. I leave you with a 360-degree panoramic view of NASA's Curiosity Mars. This is the previous rover that was sent a while ago, which was parked below Jedis Vallis Ridge, the hill-like slope on the right. After 3 attempts over the course of 3 years, the rover finally reached the ridge on his 4th try on August 14th, 2023, the 3,923rd Martian day or so of this mission. A Martian day is approximately 40 minutes longer than a day on Earth. Curiosity's Mastcam took the 133 individual images that were stitched together by NASA into this mosaic after being sent back on Earth. The color has been adjusted to match lighting conditions as the human eyes would see them on Earth. After 11 years and 50 days on Mars, Curiosity still amazes us. Thank you all for watching this week's episode. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel and select all notifications to see next episodes and shorts. Keep your space enthusiasm and see you next week. Thank you for tuning in once again, and goodbye.